Hey, what's up guys, KSK here. Welcome to this video. Ubuntu 20.04 LTS has finally released, and this is the complete overview of Linux Ubuntu 2020. In this video, I am going to talk about everything, which includes the 10 biggest features or changes of Ubuntu 20.04 Focal Fossa. So what's new in Ubuntu 20.04? If you're coming from Ubuntu 19.10, you won't find a much difference in terms of visual improvements, but users coming from 18.04 LTS will notice a major visual changes. Starting with GNOME, Ubuntu 20.04 ships with GNOME 3.36, which brings several new changes to the user interface. You now get to see a Do Not Disturb toggle, and this way you can disable all notifications and alerts. Ubuntu 2020 comes with a sleek user interface, and the much improved GNOME shell is fantastic. The setting panels has been improved, and it's pretty easy to control the system functions. Also, GNOME 3.36 brings a new alert dialog that you get to see while installing or updating the system. Now, within the default app launcher, you can group the applications into your folder, and it's very simple. You can drag and drop into another application to create a new folder. It also lets you edit the folder names. But the animation you get to see while creating a folder is sort of sluggish, which is not implemented properly. Apart from that, the GNOME 3.36 brings a huge change to the lock screen. GNOME 3.36 supports a system blur in some areas. For example, take a look at the lock screen. It looks super fresh. The background wallpaper is blurred out, and this gives a truly transparent look of the desktop with a blur effect, which is simple and elegant. Within the lock screen, now the user can see the password while typing, which is a noticeable change. Overall, I would say the lock screen is fantastic, and big kudos to the team behind it. The much anticipated dark mode has included in Ubuntu 20.04. It comes pre-installed with Yaru light and dark themes as a default. It will have a different look compared to the previous versions. Inside settings, under the appearance section, you get a toggle switch that will let you enable or disable the dark theme. Now, one of the biggest changes of Ubuntu 20.04 is that it ships with the latest Linux kernel 5.4, which brings a new hardware support. The boot time speeds have been increased, it's much faster than the previous version and boots the system a lot quicker, thanks to the LZ4 compression algorithm, which indeed made possible for faster boot up times. Now, kernel 5.4 natively supports an Exfat file system. You don't need any separate package to be installed to read or write Exfat drives. Along with the Exfat file system, the new kernel adds a support for AMD Radeon graphics and new Intel chipsets, lockdown modes for enterprise systems that provide a powerful Linux security. Ubuntu 2020 comes with a brand new app store called a Snap Store. This graphical application is a default tool for finding and installing packages and snaps. There are thousands of Snap-based applications that are now available, which include Spotify, Visual Studio Code, JetBrains, and more. You can also use the legacy Aptitude Package Manager to install irregular packages from the command line. Apart from that, the all-new interface of the Snap Store lets you select a channel to install the package. This way, you can try out the stable or beta versions of an application. When it comes to boot screen, it looks revamped compared to the older versions of Ubuntu. It now looks clean and fresh. By default, while booting your PC or laptop into Ubuntu 20.04, it shows the vendor logo along with a nice and solid boot animation of Ubuntu. It's time to check out the high-quality wallpapers added in Ubuntu 2020. These wallpapers look super stunning on 4K monitors, and definitely I would say they're pretty amazing. Now, setting wallpaper is straightforward, meaning you don't get any option to choose a wallpaper for home screen and lock screen. Whenever you select the wallpaper, it will be applied for both home screen and lock screen. The lower-height ZFS file system is now having an improved support in Ubuntu 20.04. Ubuntu is the first mainstream Linux distribution to introduce the latest Oracle ZFS as root. It now includes support for disk encryption and huge performance enhancements. The all-new ZFS file system takes a snapshot for every few minutes upon installing any new package. This way, you can revert to the previous snapshot if any error occurs with the newly installed package. I mean, it's fantastic, right? But doing so, the whole RPL partition will be cluttered with snapshots and may end up degrading the performance. It's time for Python 2 to stay rest in peace. After dropping the support for Python 2, it has reached the end of life. Ubuntu 2020 will no longer support Python 2, and you will have to rely on the latest version of Python 3. As of now, the official build still includes the Python 2 for some developers who aren't yet ported any of their code over to Python 3. The underlying core Ubuntu packages are also upgraded to the latest version. Packages like GCC compiler, Python 3, OpenJDK 11, PHP, and many other packages got upgraded. Along with them, default applications like Firefox, Thunderbird Email has also updated to the latest version. So overall, I would say Ubuntu 20.04 with GNOME 3.36 as a default desktop brings a new dark theme, an improved shell theme, new lock screen, faster performance, and more. Other minor features include a WireGuard VPN, GNOME Extensions Manager to handle the shell integrations, and more. And that's pretty much it. These are some of the brand new features of Ubuntu 20.04 LTS. So the bottom line of this video, if you're new to the Linux or never tried Linux before, then Ubuntu 20.04 is the free Linux distro you should opt for your PC or laptop and get a support for up to 5 years. And these are the minimum requirements that your PC or laptop needed to run the Ubuntu as smooth as possible. And that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you liked this video. If you do, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe to see more videos like this and get notified by hitting the bell icon. Thanks for watching. It's been KSKRIO. Peace.
I can never ever find the right words, and there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl, so I can only say that it feels right. It feels right. It feels right.